Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to try and teach you, amongst other things, how to ollie onto things on a tech deck. Now, I got a tech deck about 3 weeks ago, and I tried all the different websites, all the different videos on YouTube on how to ollie, and it just didn't work for me. So here's hopefully an alternative way to teach you how to ollie. It was just by accident that a couple of days ago I decided to go down things, because it's a lot easier than going up. And I found that from that, after learning to do this, of different height things, I learned how to jump across onto things and then ollie. So I'm going to teach you first how to come down off things, and then from that how to go onto things. So just to get off basically a catalogue, what you've got to do is it's the same as coming off a grinding rail. You've just got to pull back a little bit, lean back, so that when you come down it levels out and you keep pushing down, so you're pushing the board down. So just practice that a few times. I mean, obviously you can have 3 fingers on the board, or if you prefer you can have 2. These 2 is normally the way that you see the people on the tech deck website do it, but I find it a lot easier to have 3, so whatever's easiest to you. So you just lean back a little bit so that it doesn't just go like that. And then after you do that, you can try putting maybe a book or something on top of that and doing different heights. And obviously the better you get at it, the closer you'll become to doing ollies. And then the next thing you want to try and do is try and do it from maybe a table. So you come down to here and you've got to keep and fasten the board, because if you don't do that you just lose it. And obviously it's the same, you've got to tilt this back, and it may take a few goes to get used to it, but after you master it, it looks a lot better and it's good, and you can try different heights. And yeah, basically you just want to be pushing down really hard enough to land it. And a good place to practice some fairly good heights is stairs. So that obviously you'll be doing this and you won't have to be picking it back up. So you'll do this and maybe just try doing that a couple of times before you try doing it like off a table. And then you come to try and do the ollie, and it still will take quite a good amount of time, but basically what you want to do is from here, you probably want to do it on a placemat, because if you have a soft table it dents the table with these bits. And from here you just want to sort of pull back, pull forward. You want to go forward, lean back, and then lean forward, and that creates sort of like the momentum and the way you want to do the ollie. And it does look extremely hard from a side view. If you look at it here, it does look quite hard. Now, to begin with, when I saw the other videos, I tried just doing it onto something nice and thin like this, like a placemat. But the problem with that was you can get up, but you don't know if you're catching your back wheel on the placemat, on the side of the placemat, so you don't know whether you're actually doing it. So I think maybe a slightly smaller book than this one to start off with, just so that you get the hang of it, and so that you know that if you land like that, you know that you haven't done it. And even like a CD maybe, or just anything sort of along those lines, until you get better and you can start getting higher up. And yeah, and if you have a book like I do here, you see this bit here, you don't want this bit, you want to have it like this so that the back wheels don't get caught in this bit here, because otherwise it will affect the ollie, and it does get harder the higher you get, but after you get it onto like a couple of books or even one book, you know you can ollie. And after you learn to ollie, and obviously just come off things, you can start putting that all in that to different sort of, now I've created sort of like a escape use, and are quite good. You can come and you can just flick up and use the ollie to flick up off a ramp, and then use the skills you've learnt to push down off here, and then maybe ollie onto a grind. And there's multiple ways of grinding. You can either have it so that the rungs are both in line with the board, so that when you go down it's nice and easy to dismount. And dismounting off a grind is the same as, say, dismounting off the table. You just lean back and land, and obviously the better you get, the more finer landing positions you can have. And you have all sorts of different things you can do with this. You can slide on like this, which you've got to sort of pull back as well as twist. It's a harder one to land. And there's all sorts of different things you can do. You can go across here like that, and then try and come down there like that, which is quite hard. Or you could just sort of go along a jump like that, and you can just do all sorts of things like around the house. You could just ollie up onto a wall and ollie around the wall, and just ollie up and all sorts of things. And that's basically it. So yeah, have a go and hopefully it will work soon.